I don't know what it is, but VFWs are just, like, where it's at. Have you ever partied at a VFW before?
Yes, one time.
Ooh, I want to hear that story. Was it a rage?
You should probably tell your story first.
It wasn't a crazy kicking time?
Not for me.
You're going to the wrong VFWs then,
no,
I think.
I think we were at the same one.
The Ballentine?
I don't know, is that the one?
The Uptown one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you were there on an
It
off
wasn't,
day.
I mean, okay.
Again, I've only been there one night,
so
I can't say for sure. But the other VFWs I have been to, we've always just had this, like, insane time. Like, you get there, and you look around, and it's, all wood paneling, and, like, America! And, like, antlers, and you're just like, this is so weird, and, like, it's just dirty, and, like, there's just old guys, and you're like, this is just not, like, I don't know, I feel uncomfortable here. And then you have, like, one beer, and suddenly the whole place is transformed into just, I don't know, an oasis. And we had a beer, and we sat, and we talked, whatever, and then the music started, and then all the hipsters started to show up.
Yeah.
And we made just a wonderful evening of just watching these characters, man. It was like this insane, like, network cable sitcom or something. Like you could only create these people, like, on paper, like, have a writer's room and have them, like, make these people up. Like, but then they're real. And so we really enjoyed just sort of sitting and, like, watching everyone. We did a little dancing towards the end when he played the Humpty Dance because that's my jam and I had to get down. You don't know the Humpty Dance, do you?
No.
That's okay.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. I'll teach you someday.
Okay.
Here's your chance to do the hump. Do it, baby. You don't know that song?
I don't know if I do.
I just slaughtered it, but that's okay. Well, I'll play it for you
That's
later.
nice.
I love when you lie to me. It's wonderful. So let's see if I can get all these characters right. So there was Glasses and Glasses, who were the two first people to get on the dance floor when there was, like, no one out there.
Nice.
And they were hipsters. They both had glasses, and they both dudes. Okay. And they were just not gay. Like, you could tell that they weren't, like, sexually dancing together, but they were dancing together, and they were very white.
That's the best.
And it was the best. And they're just like, I mean,
wish I could have seen that.
They were just getting down. And, like, one of my favorite things in the whole world is to observe white people dancing, because it is such an awkward, just National Geographic, like, train wreck. You know what I mean? Like, it just, there needs to be, and we talked about this last night, that we want to start a reality show where we just go to, like, weddings or whatever, and we just, like, observe white people dancing, but we, like, quietly, talk about it in the background. Yeah. Like, check out the North American Glasses hipster. He is wildly waving his arms about in some sort of wild mating dance, hoping that the smelly girl in the ripped tights will come over and maybe gyrate on his genitals. You know what I mean? Like, that's another show idea. Don't steal it. You guys, calling dibs. Plus, it would be nothing without my commentary. So, right? But, so Glasses and Glasses. And the thing is about white people that I've noticed is that we're all about arms. We're all about arms. We have to have our arms up and just elbows out and wibbling around like noodles. Yeah. Like, that's just what we do. And it's just so fun to watch because there's so many different variations of white people noodle arms. And so it's fun to watch. And so they're getting down and my friend and I are like, okay, like $20, they go home together. You know what I mean? Like, they just get drunk and they experiment and they dance and it's going to be great. And then, see, again, there's just so many characters. I can't. There was this couple that came, probably mid-40s or so. This woman, we called her Vesty.
What?
He was Vesty, or she was Vesty, and she's wearing, like, a turtleneck and, like, an old school, like, jeans, like, vest, like that, like,
nice.
like a tuxedo vest kind of thing.
Oh, I
where it has
know
to be
what you're
buttoned.
Talking about.
Yes. And very tight, high-waisted
with
jeans.
The classy turtleneck.
Oh, bright red.
That's an outfit that can't be beat.
Oh, it was amazing. She was wearing her,
gosh.
like, one of her, like, good, like, dinner party pearls. And it was just amazing. And then her boyfriend or hubby or whatever, he had like
what was her hair like?
I guess.
I'm gonna say like shoulder length, sort of permed.
Close.
Okay.
It was about to her chin, but it was like it had been permed at one point, but she hadn't been back for a while.
Oh my god.
So it was like big, but just on the bottom. It was epic. It was so epic. And it was a little feathered. She had a little bit of feather bangs going on.
Well, that's what I was picturing.
Yeah,
Mostly
the feathering.
The feathering.
Yeah. So then her hubby, he's wearing also extremely tight jeans and a t-shirt that I can't remember what it was. It was something about Jesus and whatever.
Oh.
Again, nothing wrong with that. But it was just very like, I don't know, very epic, like strong message type t-shirt. But here he is with his glass of wine at the VFW. All they had to offer wine-wise is a box of Franzia, White Zinfandel. And I'm sitting at the bar next to you as he comes up and he goes, "Do you have a wine list?" And I was not drunk, but I was buzzed enough to say to my friend, probably too loudly, "We're at a VFW. There's no wine list." And Dwayne, who's the greatest bartender ever, was like, "Yeah, we got a wine list. It's a box. It's a box wine. Do you want some?" I was like, oh, poor guy. Like, he was probably expecting, some barefoot bubbly or whatever. And, all we got is this Franzia White Zinfandel in the box. And then get this, of course, to get even better, he goes, "Oh, yes, I'll have a glass. 3 cubes of ice, please."
Oh, good. Oh, good. That's the best. That's the best way to enjoy your wine.
I mean, White
Just water
Zinfandel,
it down.
you can't get really the front palate unless there's a few cubes of ice in there. So he gets his wine, and she's drinking, like a vodka tonic or something.
Mm.
And these two go out, and she had the moves, okay? Like, these jeans, her jeans were so tight. I don't know how she was dropping it as low as she was. And you have to imagine, too, that this is a 40-something-year-old woman.
Wonderful.
And, like, the tightest jeans I've ever seen.
Were
And
they also mom jeans?
They were
Like,
super mom jeans.
Just a little bit of everything.
All
showing
waist,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, wonderful.
Yep. All, like, up in her crotch. Like, you know what I mean? And she's just, like, almost chicken dancing kind of, but, like, she's getting, like, down. You guys can't see it right now, which is unfortunate, but I'm doing, like, a little impression of her. But she's, like, kind of booty dancing and, like, dropping it low and, like, wiggling her butt around and stuff. And he is holding his wine glass, and he's thin, but he had this, like, weird, I wouldn't even call it a wine belly. It must be a Franzia belly, maybe.
Which is clearly not wine.
It's not. It's just all, I don't know.
With his pinky up?
He had his pinky out, and he is holding this White Zinfandel iced in a wine glass in the VFW on the dance floor, getting down to Blackstreet's No Diggity. No lie. And he was one of those, it's like all feet. Like, he doesn't really move his upper body.
Yeah.
So he's just, kicking his feet out, but not really moving his arms.
No.
And just the pinky's out, and he's taking a little sip as he goes, but his feet never stop moving. And she's like, "Booty!" And it was just, like, we're just sitting there like, oh my God, I've never been to such a magical place ever. Glasses and glasses are getting down on each other. You've got, So then let's get to the all singing, all dancing, farts when she pees. Before anybody started dancing, at one point, she was the only one out on the dance floor.
Oh.
And she's also a middle-aged lady, She was wearing a leather biker's vest.
Nice.
Oh, amazing.
The vests are really coming
They are.
back.
Dude, the VFW,
or
the vests are what it's all about.
I don't know.
They never did. Not in the Midwest. I think vests will always be a standard around these parts. But so
oh dear.
So she's dancing alone, and she's getting down, and we're like, oh, props to her, you know what I mean? Like, she doesn't care. Like, she'll dance by herself, So then I go to the bathroom, and I'm the only one in there at the time, but then she comes in.
Oh dear.
And she's singing really loudly, like in a I'm auditioning for a Broadway show type singing.
Yeah.
And I'm in my stall, and it's just, you know me, I have that public restroom fear.
Yeah.
I actually...
It's kind of overwhelming
It was.
times, isn't it?
Yeah. I was like, oh God, no, I can't go. Not only that, because she's in there being like, I wish I could remember the song she was singing, but, top of her lungs. And she's, like, still dancing. Like, I can see her feet, like, under the stall door, and she's wearing, like, these clogs. And she's just singing, and she gets in the bathroom, and she's like, is there anybody in here? I couldn't bring myself to be like, yes. So I threw my purse on the floor. That's like a signal to be like, someone's here. She goes, oh, someone is. Sorry about my singing. And then she starts, and then the rest of the name is self-explanatory. I'm very uncomfortable at this point. So I was like, well, I'll just pee later. It's going to be fine. And she was still singing when I walked out. And I found out later that she is the owner's wife.
Oh.
So I was like, hey, she's got all rights reserved to do whatever she wants to. And that's awesome. And it was just, and then the hipsters that were there and what they were wearing. And just like, there's Matthew, he was like the MC. And, he was like kind of throwing the thing. He's wearing one of like the most epic Cosby sweaters I've ever seen.
Nice.
And it just, it was just an epic evening of magic. It was, I felt like Cinderella at the ball. They played old music, old jams, like Destiny's Child. It was amazing.
I felt like Cinderella.
I did.
At the ball.
At the hipster ball.
Oh,
it was so great. I know. And it was funny, too, because when we got there, we were early for the dance party. And so it was just her and I and, like, one other pair of hipsters and a bunch of old people. Like, veterans, right? Mm-hmm. It's the VFW. Literally, like, 9 o'clock on the dot, the music comes up. And it was like you blink and all of the old people just disappeared. They were just gone. Like I didn't even see them leave. It was just like, boop, they were just gone. And I was like, what? And then just the whole scene changed, man. And it was just this crazy, awesome, totally great night.
Oh, I so want to go.
You please. It was so much fun. I haven't had that much fun, like, out in a really, really long time.
Yeah, me neither.
So you should come with us. It's $2 rail drinks.
Oh, perfect.
Which is all of their drinks. Because it's the VFW. So it's awesome. Yeah.
Oh, what a deal.
They have some taps.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's one like tiny little room and
I might try the wine selection.
Friends, yeah. As long as you can totally do that in front of me, just don't put those cubes in there. I would throw it in your face. I would not want to be I don't want to be associated with that. But yeah, so it was a super blast, and you have to. I'm sorry, I just totally you're just my laugh track.
Oh my gosh, no, I love it. And
I promise you, everything I just said is real.
It's true.
It all happened. I'm not making any of it up, and I'm not exaggerating. It was like I was on acid. And stuff was just happening around me, and all I could do was laugh about it because it was too much, man. It was too much, but in a good way, in a very good way. That I'm glad I got to experience the whole thing.
I feel like you're a better person.
I am. It's really changed me from deep inside.
It happens, yeah.
I'm humbled now that I don't order box wine with ice. You're gonna come. I don't know if because it's every Tuesday.
Yeah.
If you are in the area, if you're listening, I don't know. Sorry.
It's okay. I just have to recover for a second. I've been laughing too hard. My face hurts.
Good. That's a good thing. I'm working out your abs, girl. If you are in the Minneapolis area and you want to have the time of your life, or if you are traveling at any time, maybe passing through the Midwest from wherever you are, stop.
Yeah.
Please, at the Ballentine VFW, right off of Lyndale and I think it's Jefferson.
Oh.
And,
nice.
and just on a Tuesday night after 9 o'clock and just have the time of your life. It's like better than Vegas. Okay.
Cheaper.